Hello, Cougar fans, and welcome back to a new episode of Inside the Cougar Den. Today we're joined by the winningest men's basketball coach in the state of New Jersey, Mark Corino. Coach, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks, Coop. It's a pleasure to be with you.
And the journey to 604 finally happened, the winningest coach. It started on midweek game against Georgian Court. What are some of your thoughts on that victory we had against them?
Well, unfortunately, we were in a situation where we didn't play a game for almost a month with COVID issues for ourselves as well as for opponents. So when you go that much time in between, I expected us to be a little bit sloppy or whatever, and it was a sloppy game. But our kids hung in there. We played well enough to win a basketball game, and I was very fortunate and very pleased with our effort as far as what it is that we needed to do to win. And we did those things, and we put ourselves in a position to, have some success. And hopefully we can move forward, for the rest of the year. After winning these last two games, we can move forward in a positive way.
And the second game against Holy Family came out a little sloppy, like you said, but we figured out we did enough to get the victory there. Yeah. What do you see in that game as we kind of had to figure things out?
Well, once again, we were not very good offensively, and that's been something that we've been working on. We've been practicing better the last couple of weeks offensively, but we've tried to drill it home to them that for us to be successful, we have to, be committed to defending and be committed to the defensive side of the ball. And I think our kids, we won that game the other day because we defended and because we rebounded. And if we bring that every night, that'll put us in position to be, successful. So we're really hoping that we can continue to improve. I think we have a big upside. I think our kids have the ability to play better than what we've played up to this point. But with that being said, we were fortunate to win two basketball games, which I'm very, very pleased about. And, we're looking forward to what we have coming up ahead as well.
And you were talking about the defense a little bit there. Jarnell really anchored the defense, averaging 5 blocks for the 2 games, Defensive Player of the Week this week. What did you see from him and really helping us get those wins?
Yeah, well, I think the one thing about Jarnell is, he's playing with a lot more confidence defensively now. He feels that, and he's been given the task, been given the responsibility of playing the better offensive player for the opponent. He's accepted that challenge. He comes every night lately, the last few games, and he's really exerted himself on the defensive end. He has a good knack for blocking shots. He has good timing. He's long. He comes from the help side a lot, and he puts himself in position to block shots. And I think, this is the second week I think he's been defensive player of in the conference. And he's well on his way of being a defensive star.
Absolutely. And another factor that came into the play being a little sloppy was us having a lot of guys not able to play this week.
Yeah.
Who did you see step up in the absence of some of those other key players that we were missing?
Well, I said to the guys yesterday as we were doing our scouting report or whatever, I said, I needed to take a few minutes to just mention two things. I said, number one, I was very, very pleased and proud and happy for Matthew Teal as well as for Julius Augustin. And those two, they really haven't played a lot in the previous games up until this week. But because of COVID and because of the fact that we were down some guys, with some injuries as well, we've provided them the opportunity. And they have worked consistently hard, day in and day out, every day in practice, throughout the entire season. And they were ready when their number was called. And to me, that makes me very, very pleased. I think, I was happy for them. I was happy for their success. I was happy to provide them the opportunity to play. And looking forward, as we go forward, I think they'll play a role in our program, because for you to be a good team, you need to have depth. And these guys came in, and I think Julius played maybe 30 minutes the other, Saturday, and Matthew against Georgian Court played an outstanding game and played well again against Holy Family. So it was good to see those guys contribute in a positive way and contribute to our wins.
And the second one of the week was your 604th, making you the winningest NCAA men's basketball coach in the state. What did it mean to you to get that win on your home court with your family there and your Caldwell colleagues all in attendance?
Well, I think the one thing is I thank God that we got through it. and that we were able to win the game at home. I think that made it even a little bit more special. But yes, it's special. But I always want to say this. I look at that as being not necessarily an accomplishment or achievement from me personally or just me. It is a program accomplishment. It is an institutional accomplishment. The institution has been tremendously supportive of athletics and of basketball and of me personally. They've provided me the opportunity to be here the number of years that I've been here. I have an outstanding staff, both on the administrative side as well as on the coaching staff side, and the contributions from everybody needs to be recognized and needs to be understood. That this isn't just me, or this isn't just something that's my personal goal. This is this was an achievement of all of what we are here at Caldwell, and I want to look at it from that perspective. And my assistant coaches who have been with me for years, Coach Johnson, along with Coach Scott, Coach Ryan, Coach Del Tufo, those guys have contributed so much, and they have helped for many, many years, right? Us being successful, they have helped us be successful. And I do believe that, obviously, all the players that have contributed, not necessarily just the present players, but obviously the players from the past. When I think back, when I think about it, I think back to them. I think back to all that they have done and what they really mean to me. I think about the relationships that over the years that have developed. And it is special, and it is why you do what you do. And that's why, I'm very, very fortunate, very lucky to have everything in place. And, the other thing that I need to mention, because, my family and the support from my family has been tremendous over the years. Because without their support, it's very difficult, But again, I'm humbled, I'm honored, and I just, I want to share it with everybody. It's not just something that is my goal. It was my goal for our program. It was our goal for our institution to be able to be in a position to do this.
Absolutely. And after celebrating during the weekend, it's back to work with 2 games this week. We're traveling to Post tomorrow and then Goldie Beacom over the weekend. What are you expecting to see in those 2 matchups? Well,
anytime you go on the road in this league, it's not an easy task. When you go to Post up in Connecticut, it's one of the most difficult places to play. So it is a tremendous home court advantage. They utilize their facility extremely well in the manner in which they play. So it will be a challenge. It will be a challenge for us, and we're relatively young. We talked again, like I said yesterday at our scouting report. When I looked around the room, I noticed that we only have 1 player that has the opportunity to play up there. So we are very young, very new in the experience line. So it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a difficult task, but I'm kind of excited to see how our kids respond to it, and that will go a long way in seeing how we can continue to grow as the season goes along.
All right, well, Coach, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
It's my pleasure, Coop. I thank you for all that you've done and for what you've added to our program.
Thank you. The men's basketball team travels to Post University tomorrow before traveling to Goldie Beacom on Saturday.